From the senator's side of that, we asked, Tom and I asked, again 2 weeks ago, went to them and said, there is interest developing amongst the community to help with this. We would like to try to bring it current. Will you entertain a notion of reinstatement? That's where the letter came from. They sent us a letter saying, in fact, we would, and here's the amount. They changed course within a week. That was my point in the beginning. I don't know why they did that, whether pressure on them changed within that week. But we had a letter from them saying they'd entertain reinstatement, and they gave us an amount, and then it said, if you can't pay it by Friday, call us back and we'll update the amount as we go along. So we asked the question, we got it answered, and then kind of had the carpet ripped out from under us. We were operating from that point going forward. We actually responded to their letter with another letter saying, fantastic. It is our intent to bring it current. The community would like to help raise the money. We've had some interest. We can't bring it current by this Friday, but we'd like to work with you over the next several weeks to bring it current prior to foreclosure having to go all the way. And then at that point, when we indicated we were interested in bringing it current, we got the notice of acceleration. We indicated that we planned to do it. The money had to be raised. Right. So whether if you walk in there with a check, whether their reaction would be different and they back off the acceleration, I don't know. We do have a call into them. They haven't responded yet. But that's sort of where I am with it. I'd like to know the answer to that question. Again, they haven't responded. Is it different if we walk in with a check? I tend to think so. I mean, I think an over-collateralized loan that's performing on their books looks pretty darn good compared to an over-collateralized loan that's not performing on their books. And the fact of the matter is, what the regulators really want to see is performing assets, especially assets that are well collateralized. It's the unperforming part that they don't like to see. So my guess is, and I've gotten counsel from this from a number of financial advisors, lawyers, if it were over-collateralized, well collateralized, and performing, it probably wouldn't be as urgent a problem for them with the regulators. So that's the answer that we've asked. We haven't got an answer back. Maybe the community needs to ask it en masse. I don't know.
There's a question we got here.
You got a question back here?
Oh yeah, no. Right here next.
Just a quick observation and then a question. I moved here recently. I saw my first film here only a few months ago, and this is an institution the likes of which, like the Railroad Museum and the Constellation, and it must be preserved in some way.
Good luck.
The lady who spoke earlier that was former head of a group that had helped this happen before, there must be other panels like yourselves in other cities that you could benefit from all of the lessons that they learned. One could infer from her what she said that 100% of the panels like yours that succeeded all did as community-based things. So the course seems clear in that regard. My question is, as a small business,
what it means to be a business owner over there. And as I've said before, I was a business owner there for 14 years. This community is very supportive. Annie Koslow is here from Sophie's Crepes. She's part of the neighborhood. I see a lot of people. Vince is here from the hardware store. There's plenty of people here.
Poe from Zen West.
Poe is here from Zen West. What do you want? Want some more? I think I have the next one.
Representation on, as I said, the misnamed steering committee. There is no need for having some type of broad community representation on a group which is just supposed to be analyzing financial viability. This group is not empowered or intending to decide what the Senator Theater becomes. That, I do believe, should be an open, transparent community process. But this is a small group of people who are dealing with, frankly, confidential financial information. And that has been one of the things that has made the conversation so difficult, because I've been trying to walk a tightrope of keeping people informed as much as possible without talking too much about people's confidential financial information. Tom has been very open with a lot of his financials, but that's not, Tom is not the only person involved.